Members of the East African Legislative Assembly have rejected a report from the committee responsible for regional issues and conflicts due to certain political aspects included within it, particularly the issues between Rwanda and Burundi. Our colleague Edi Sabiti is in Kampala, where the assembly is gathered.
Now, this report was carried out between 16th and 21st September 2024. Initially, this report had main objectives. Among others, we have establishing the level of collaboration between the mandated institutions in police and security agencies, fostering crime crackdown, establishing the nature trade of crime that is prevalent within the region, to assess East African community security agencies in fostering peace and security, to understand some of the issues that these agencies are dealing with on a daily basis, and of course do a proper follow-up. Now, surprisingly, some of the pages in the report came about the issue between Rwanda and Burundi concerning the closure of borders on the side of Burundi. So immediately, some of the members, the likes of Honorable Ambassador Matthias or Honorable Ambassador Fatuma Ndangiza from Rwanda, stood up and made a point that this should not be and was not supposed to be in this report, as the initial mandate, the initial objectives were completely different, as we can watch them in this short clip.
Right, Honorable Speaker, no single border, be air or land, between Rwanda, with our partner states, our bordering state, is closed. So we have never closed any single border. That is one. Second, right, Honorable Speaker, on Monday 9th, July 2024, ESC ministers have gathered in Zanzibar for their retreat, and their commitment was to tackle this issue, and so far we have no report from them. So I found no reason to push them for further exercises while we don't have their already concluded decision.
Rwanda did not retaliate. Rwanda never reciprocated in closing borders, and today our borders are open for Burundi citizens because we consider them as our neighbors, as citizens of East African community, and Rwanda respects its obligations with regard to East African common market, with the free movement of people and goods. We are open to business, we are open to free movement, and they are free to come to our country. But as Burundi, they did it intentionally, and Rwanda cannot be a scapegoat. So finally, I requested that it is allegations, serious and founded allegations, which have to be denounced by the Assembly, because the Assembly is a house of rules. It's a house of evidence. Whoever wrote that, who smuggled those paragraphs in the report, there is no evidence, and Rwanda was not consulted in any way.
Are you happy, or were you satisfied of the decision of the Assembly?
Yes, I was satisfied, because at the end of the day, even members of this committee stood up, including members from Burundi, saying that they were surprised to find this part of the content in the report, because it was never discussed and it was outside the mandate of the committee, because matters of partner states, interstate conflicts or intrastate conflicts, there is specific forums at the level of the Ministers, Sectoral Committee on Defense and Security Affairs, but we also have the Summit of Heads of State. That is where they are referred. But even if they were to be discussed within the Assembly, they have to be contextualized. There should be evidence. You cannot be discussing centers of excellence and you bring in the issue of the border closure alleging Rwanda. And I was happy that at the end of the day, the Assembly decided that this report be returned to the committee to go back and work on the report, focus on the objectives and remove those contentious parts, and then that is when it can be debated in the Assembly.
Apart from the two members from Rwanda, the Speaker himself made it clear that as it was for the issue of DRC a few months ago, members of the Parliament of East Africa have to understand that some matters have to be debated elsewhere. They have to be tackled elsewhere and not to be brought in this assembly, as he was saying a while ago.
In this house, as we agreed, this house will never debate political matters. Now, Burundi members should also raise issues as Rwanda has done. As we did, as even before, we have been avoiding this DRC and Rwanda issues in the house. Do you remember that? Yes. All of these issues which are now handled by our ministers, our government, they should not come here and divide us. We will remain united, we remain one.
In conclusion, this report was brought back to this committee, and they were requested to go and rework on this report and then come submit this report focusing on the initial mission that was given to the members, and try to avoid any political matter that is being discussed at different levels, executive or at the level of Council of Ministers of EAC. Edi Sabiti, Kampala, Uganda.